Hi there, it is 9th of March, a Sunday, and I'm recording my podcast, Yarnchix Podcast, episode 68. Oh, so many podcasts. I do vlog quite a bit, and some of it is over on Patreon, but the podcasts have been coming since I think 2015. So you can go back and watch any of them at any time. They're just there, uploaded, ready for some entertaining chatter moments. So if you ever feel like going back, please do. I obviously love when you comment, like and subscribe, because that really helps me. Today I have some FOs, I have some works in progress, and I have a price draw for Magic 3 Mile 2024, which is a make-along I host every year. And yeah, I'm basically, if you're new here, a crafting, mending, knitting, crochet, sewing podcaster, and I come to you from Berlin. Been a little visual overview of all the things you're about to see. I always try and edit one of those in the beginning just to give you time to maybe rush out, get a drink, or you're crafting ready. If you have time to watch, it might give you a little bit of a clue of what's to come. A little bit of housekeeping in the beginning, and then I will be straight in with my finished objects and whips and some acquisitions and a knit reportage at the very end, plus a tarot knit oracle. Every time I pull a card, I ask a question, and the tarot knit oracle basically is like a one card, little funny or serious answer to a simple question. I'd asked in my Instagram if anybody had a question. I've had no urgent questions from people. So for me, I wanted to ask about my kind of own productivity. So I want to kind of measure in my time. I want to ask the Tarot Knit Oracle, should I knit more and scroll less? I feel I know the answer. Like, I feel you know the answer. But I'm going to ask the Tarot Knit Oracle anyway. And maybe this little extra bit at the end is also helpful for you. So, without further ado, Magic 3 Mile 2024. I can't believe it. I actually had a special year 2024. Hence, I decided to run the make-along all of 2024. So we went from 1st of January to 31st of December. And we've had less completed sets, but we're like core, we're core crafters, like hardcore magic thrill, like a band. I would call it, it's a tight-knit band of people who share and care, and we craft things for the little people in our life and make sets of 3 items. Everyone is welcome. Like, this is a big invitation. A new year and a new craft along will begin soon, and I'll talk about that as part of this housekeeping part. But for now, I wanted to say thank you for all my friends who joined in making sets of 3 tops, bottoms, and toy or accessory, and we bang it on a table or on the floor and we make a flat lay, and there's some beautiful sets actually, which I will put into a little medley now so you can have a look. And I'll try and chatter like a little voiceover. I especially love that we're getting more into our toy making. I feel this whole group has actually been working alongside each other for several years, and there's some years where it works really well, and that's to do with like algorithm and hashtag and people finding my podcast, and you know, maybe having a reason to gift knit for small people in their lives or in their families, or maybe some people are inspired to donate, so they craft a little bit more. Last year, I think it was more confusing because I'd set to do it all year, and I will change that in this year. However, we have had some beautiful makes, so I will draw separate prices for single makes, because I know some people didn't complete sets. So I'm going to go through a hashtag, and I'll do that separately as a little extra vlog coming soon. But the overall winner will receive some beautiful gifts. I always get sponsorships by friends or fellow crafters, and sometimes it's even patterns, or yeah, it's items and patterns and makes. So if that roughly makes sense, sometimes some tools. And I'm really happy to draw a winner at the very end of this podcast. All the names, and so each person who contributed several sets is in here with several name tags. So we've got 13 finished sets, and if you consider my 2 finished sets, we would have made 15 this year, but obviously my name doesn't go into the prize draw, so I'm happy to do that at the very end. And I've got a prize to unbox. I had it sent to work, so I can actually show you the address. I can't show you this person's address. And yeah, I will unbox this at the end and show you this whole bag of goodies that will be going to the winner. And yeah, I hope there's something nice and inspiring. And we always call it a little bit like a birthday parcel or something. Whoever wins gets to have this big box of things that are mainly for them and not necessarily for their family. So it's always a really fun thing to send out. However, I have 3 separate items. They're all things that I've made or created that I will give to the separate categories. So one of the bottoms, one of the tops, and one of the toys or accessories will also have a little price draw. And we have like a special one which is called the Mending Mountain. So if there is actually an item that was mended, fixed, or upcycled materials, that will also get a separate prize. So there's 4 more prizes that I will draw or announce. Let's say it's not like a draw, I won't draw it, I will announce. It will be like a chosen thing, and I will announce that in a separate blog coming maybe in 14 days. So that's that for my housekeeping for the Magic 3 Mile crew. I want to complete by saying, oh, there's a cat. I thought I was by myself in this room. I think I'll let her out. Charlie, I'm gonna go out. Go check it out. Yeah, I wanted to say the 2025 craft along will start on the 1st of May. This is like a traditional beginning of our craft along and run until the 1st of October. Unless we all need like a little booster, sometimes I do extend until the 1st of November or something. But I think it would be great to finish for the 1st of October, and then it's going to get colder. So if we have made sweaters, cardigans, hats, scarves, items that are warming to the little people, it might be good to be finished by early October, and then I can wrap it up before the whole craziness of Vlogmas. I completed editing all of Vlogmas, so feel free to go back and rewatch if you probably thought, it's December, it's over, but no. I completed Vlogmas in January and actually in February. So you're welcome to go back and rewatch that. Okay, finished objects. Finished objects are in the order of completing them. My Vertices Unite with knitted in hair. This was knitted mainly with Lani Vendol yarn. So let me try and Lani Vendor came to Wedding Wool Weekend. It's a festival that we host at my workplace, and they were selling their yarns, and they make these beautiful kind of aquarelle colours. It's a series of their yarns that are kind of speckled and fadey. And my friend Nicola and Nora, we all three fell in love with their yarn, bought some at the festival, but we were also all working, so very busy. Then we ordered some more to complete a little collection for each one of us, and then we made Vertices Unite from it. I really loved knitting alongside my friends. This shawl had a lot of hiccups, and it was a little, it has a story in its stitches, and I now completed it. I recorded a Patreon chatty vlog about traveling and completing this, as that was my kind of main travel project for recent travels, November travels. So I chatted all about the story, the ups and downs, and you can go to my Patreon page. It's actually a collection of travel vlogs that I'm selling as a little, if you feel like buying a collection of vlogs by yours truly and supporting the artist. Feel free to hear more about this. I just love wearing it. It's been like a super fun garment stroke accessory actually, but I wore it a lot this winter. Super happy with it, and with these tips and the kind of I-cord, how I kind of split the I-cord colors. Very happy. It's a very warm, loose fitting, medium-sized shawl. So there was like a small and a larger version, and I kind of went in between the two sizes with my numbers. The other, fold down. The second finished objects that I will talk about are these mittens. I used my stash rent that was generously made for me by Ambah O'Briens, and I loved my calendar. Actually, it was hung up here. You might remember throughout Vlogmas, I was unboxing or unwrapping every day a little bit of yarn from someone else's stash. And we have this swap in winter in my podcast community, and craft countdown calendars that are kind of personalized. And I had said to Ambah that I would love to make Madrigal mittens, as Ambah had made Madrigal mittens last year, and I was super inspired. So Ambah kind of knowingly put all these really contrasty colors in the beginning. Absolutely love it. This mitten is a bit larger than this one. I don't know. Can you see? Yeah, a little bit. But never mind. They function. They hold my hands warm. Let me try and... Because I can't do this on Instagram. I can't ever show you them on Instagram on my hands. So this one fits really perfectly. And this one kind of curls the top of my fingers a little bit. But for a couple of weeks, I was like, I should re-knit the end bits. And then my friend said, well, actually a tighter mitten is a better mitten. You won't lose it. It'll keep your hand warm and just deal with it. And yeah, now I can feel it, but I can accept it. I'm kind of making do here. I love the colors Anna gave me. I love that this project connects us. I love that other Stash Rent swappies actually made these too. And yeah, it's just happy pair of mittens called Madrigal mittens. A design by this person, a very fun design from Pom Pom magazine. I have quite a lot of these pom-poms, so actually I had the pom-pom with the mittens in it. And yeah, just followed the pattern. Loved it so much. You see a work in progress from this inspiration. The third finished object is a cardigan. Look at it. Actually, I'm going to put it on for you to look at it. I'm wearing my Mount Pleasant Tea minus lace border in Knitting for Olive Pure Silk Blood Orange. I love it. And I'm wearing a tiny shawl that my friend made me for my birthday. Nora, I love you. So lucky. Okay, let's pop this on. Welcome to Berlin on a Sunday after International Women's Day. I really don't like the police, I'm sorry. Okay, button. One more, two more, last one. So there was actually three more. Okay, this is Zakuri cardigan. With a really nice special long neckline. These quite deep raglan sleeves. And cuffs that kind of sit on my hands, but they're kind of perfect. I got like buttons that are hollow, so your thumb kind of fits in. A very tactile, fun. A really fun thing about this is like a stimming helper, these buttons. Gonna open it again so I can sit here without getting too hot. Zakuri cardigan is by Noriko Ichikawa. Let me look that up actually before. Okay, last button. A lot of button doing and undoing. Sorry. Double checking. Yeah. Noriko Ichikawa. And yeah, it's this design called Zakuri cardigan. And I used the Pear Gynt by Xantnus, a yarn that we have in our shop. I had a Christmas voucher from work, and basically my Christmas voucher paid for this cardigan. In my Vlogmas you'll know that I had had quite a few losses in my life. And I made this with a plan to wear at my mum's funeral, and I did manage, and it was like I'd made myself a little hug, and it was almost like not something that I'd set myself like a deadline or a challenge. It was more like I wanted to prove to myself that knitting will hold me together, bring me together, that having this as a kind of perseverance project would help me through some of the pain of those early days. And it did. And before I start crying, I'm going to just have a sip of my chai. And tell you of this chai oracle, because I saw it earlier and I thought it was nice. We want to be full of empathy for others and ourselves. And I think that is a really great and important little tea oracle there. Yeah, I was quite open about it in my Vlogmas. Feel free to go back to hear more about it. Right now, I don't want to talk about it. I just want you to see that I made this cardigan. I made it within 3 weeks, so it was a lot of holding Mimi together. A very good finished item. It connected me to friends that I was also losing the vicinity of, because Nicola, one of my colleagues and friends, actually moved away. And I'd found this pattern through Nicola because Nicola was test knitting for Noriko. And yeah, so that's one connection point. The other thing is that I assume Noriko is from Ichikawa region, and I have really close friends living in that region. And I know it's a region or an area in this world that has gone through a lot. There was a massive earthquake there on the 1st of January 2024, so we're talking a year ago. And the region is still and will for a long time be under construction and dealing with a lot of loss and bereavement. If you imagine so many houses needing to be pulled down and so much infrastructure gone, I just hope that it mends in a good way. And so I kind of felt, knowing all of this, I just felt like it would be a nice thing to actually also address here and talk about. Because, yeah, I want to be understanding of others as well as myself. That is my 3 finished objects. Whoa, it's almost like she thought about this to make it a little funny story. Magic 3 Mile. Actually, I shared this in like a stripy set with my 4th finished object. Sorry. I made a hot water bottle cover. I forgot about this. So this and a stripy peasant sweater were part of one of the sets that was like a me make set. Sometimes during Magic 3 Mile, one of us or some of us might craft for ourselves as well. And I did this year and made a stripy sweater throughout November and December during a lot of what you might call it in English, commuting. In German we say pendeln. I basically went between 2 places, like my mom's place and Berlin, and made that. And then this was made from the stash rent that was the thicker yarn. Like this was actually like Christmas stash rent. This is Letlopi, no, not Letlopi, Istex Plötulopi. So an Icelandic yarn. And then some Snefnuk from my stash. Yeah, there was some, can't even, oh, this is leftover from my stripy sweater. Then my friend supported me with an emergency stash rent calendar that was all DK weight and maybe a little bit heavier. And that calendar I never had to send out, even though some of the calendars were lost or we had a Canadian post-strike kind of like pause moment during stash rent. This calendar is left, and the Mending Mountain person from Magic 3 Mile will receive this as their prize. And yeah, and because my friend gave me so many, thank you Cordula, gave me so many leftover yarns, I actually managed to split small amounts and not put it in the calendar but use it myself. Then yeah, this was, I think, in my friend's, in my stash rent calendar. Anyway, I could go through all the stripes and tell you all the colours, what they were and what they meant. But I made this in Festvestkal as a little in-between project because I'd basically forgotten my Festvest project at Christmas. And it was already cast on and waiting for me in Berlin. And then I decided I'll just use these yarns to make a hot water bottle. It's full of water, so you know I'm using it. And I've got a little, so this is the back with a little theme. Made this top that's like, you can fold down. And the bottom has two Druckknöpfe, we say in German. Poppers. So pressure buttons. And yeah, that's it. A hot water bottle cover. And if you follow me and my newsletter, this will be a free pattern through the newsletter in the next coming weeks. I know, soon it's gonna get warm and spring's around the corner, but why not share a little PDF pattern for the simple hack. The pattern itself is the Festvest pattern by Ambah O'Briens, and we knitted the Festvestkal organized by Isabella of Hot Dog Knits, my cool friend here from Berlin, and their husband Tim joined in, and lots of people. It was a really fun craft along, and I just loved that I kind of made a different item instead of the Festvest, like I said, because I'd forgotten my work in progress. Let's get going on work in progress then, because I can share the Festvest pattern. The Festvest project, I mean. This is split now, so I have the big needle for the back and the left side, and the right hand side is almost finished. I think maybe 2 more pattern repeats. I have to read it up, that's why it's kind of halted now on this 60mm Chiagu. I'm using a 4mm, and I've woven in, I know it's a complete mess, but I've already woven in all of this, and I always keep my woven ends not cut until after blocking. I will block this and then cut them, and I think I only have, yeah, from here, these are all not woven in. Help yourself, you know, weave in as you go along, so you don't go, oh my god, I've got a scrappy knit with 1566 ends to weave in. Ah. The colours for this, I absolutely love them. I love that I have this neon, it's a Delana Rustica. I love that I have that in there. Might pop in another neon, I still have another neon. And this green, which is kind of my main colour, and I repeat it every 4th stripe is that green, and my ribbing will be that green, is 2 balls of yarn that my friend brought me from their parents' town in America. It's this really rural place, and a person is there and runs a farm and sells yarn on this farm, and it's very natural. Like, actually there's a lot of like, it's very Rosa Pommard in a way. There's some kind of little twigs or branches and leaves in the sheep's it's kind of woven in, and I love that. And my friend Anda was very skilled with colours, and I spend a lot of time with Anda, and we craft together. So sadly she passed away, so I'm making this in memory of Anda, and I'm using her rule, her colour rules, and that is, if you use green, do not add blue. It's because Anda had this brilliant mind of, she can see numbers in colours. She can like have, it's almost like a sixth sense of what colour means. She's a designer, so obviously made great use of this knowledge or personal style. And I love going through this and being actually quite strict. I know maybe this green bit here is a little bit blue. And I was thinking, is Anda looking down and telling me, girl, you're bending the rules? Wouldn't be me if I wasn't bending the rules a little bit. But yeah, I'm using green and then adding colors. It's Stashwind. It's the main color from my friend Anda. And then it's yarns that was given by Zara as well, another friend, who we had planned to make this together, or for me to make it and her to give me yarns with this kind of rule book for Anda. But sadly, we didn't get to it on time. So I changed the sizing by adding a little bit of ribbon. I kind of just Franken sweated it to make it a bigger size for me, because Anda would have needed it small, and this is like an XL because I like things boxy and wide. And then kind of restarted, kind of went back to the ribbing, added more stitches and restarted. And I guess I can show you a finished vest next time. I got this really cool little progress keeper. So that is the first work in progress, and the second one, second and last, is a cardigan. So this cardigan, I'm looking over there because I've got to find the swatches. This cardigan story comes with a swatch story, so I'm going to pick up the swatch. So these are the two swatches. And this was the cardigan. I'd actually started knitting this thinking I would wear it at Anda's funeral, but I was nowhere near, and I was like, who am I fooling? It's like, no one wants this. It's not gonna happen. So, yeah, because I'd realized somewhere near this part that I think I also had to work backwards and forwards because I had not interchanged dye lots. Let me begin at the beginning. This is the Yves cardigan, and designed by the Weststrand sisters, a Swedish sisterhood, and it comes with these contrast ribbings, and actually in the original design there's these pockets, but I'm going to add fake pockets in the end. I'm going to add this color as a little fake ribbing. I'm going to do that because it kind of breaks up the pooling, which I love, the pooling of this yarn. It's the worsted. I think now Mel might be calling it DK. It is more of a DK, so I wonder if they just changed what they call the yarn or whether they don't stock this yarn anymore. Something I need to research and maybe put into words down here. And yeah, I pre-ordered the Studio Ghibli colorway Ponyo and Sasuke and Empty Bucket, which is this green, on the space, because Ponyo is my absolute favorite Studio Ghibli. I know. Please discuss in the comments if there is a different opinion from you. I'm happy to hear which one of the Studio Ghibli movies you would say is your favorite animation ever. I love Ponyo and Sasuke, and I love the scene. This is where Sasuke's mom makes ramen for them and kind of magics their food. So this is the scene. And then this is Empty Bucket, for obviously the empty bucket. And I'd done this weird order thing of ordering pre-order wise, ordering too little of the then worsted weight and one extra skein of the sock yarn. I was like, did I actually think I wanted to make what I made, or did I just completely blank and miscalculate it? It could also be, and I'm going to add a photo here from the Weststrand sisters of the design, that I saw the difference in pooling in sleeves, because smaller circumference, bigger circumference, and wanted this. Anyway, if it was planned, yay, I did it. If it wasn't, I found a solution. I'm happy, because look at this speckling. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's so yummy. I swatched with the sock yarn thinking, oh my god, no way. And I held the sock yarn double in one strand of Alva, like a relatively fine alpaca. It's this thin. It's a really great replacement for mohairs, because I don't always like knitting with mohair. This cardigan would have been really, really extremely warm. It's already warm, but it would have been very warm if it had been in a mohair. So this is very scrunchy, and obviously the speckling is busier. And this was a version that I swatched where I held one strand of the sock yarn by Mel of Big Little Yanko. Sorry, I didn't say that yet. So Ponyan Soske by Mel, the Big Little Yanko. And then two separate threads in different colors of the Alva. So I used the 101, which is a cream, and then the 374, which is this pasta colored. And yeah, and I went for this texture. This was my preferred swatch, and I put it to the vote in my stories, and 63% of the people's opinion was to do this. So I think we're on a wavelength. I think I also like this, but it would have been a really heavy, you know, these are also heavy sleeves. It kind of makes everything quite, pulls it down, and heavy sleeves, you know, they kind of pull on your shoulders. It's different with this, very fluffy. I think the alpaca has stretched a little bit. Again, I blocked it and then I cut all the kind of little end bits. Haven't quite cut this. That is because the sleeve I want to try on, and if it grows, I will cut them. Or if it's too grown, I will actually take out some length before cutting them and fix the ribbing in the end. I'm a little bit like that now, because I know sometimes the fit changes after blocking or after 3 wears, and I want to be prepared to mend it ASAP and not go, oh, I don't know, I won't be able to find the ends, and oh no, should I do it, should I shorten it, and then never wearing the cardigan. So I'm stricter with myself in that way. I want things to be so that I wear them. But yeah, I will definitely be extremely happy with this. What's left to do with this whip is pick up 1,306 stitches and making an I-cord edge in this color, then knitting a little bit of ribbon for the fake pockets thing that I've decided, and then adding some buttons. I think I got a few more buttonholes in here than the pattern suggests. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buttons. I found 6 really lovely green buttons when I was in the UK. Sadly, it won't be those. So I need to find buttons and sew them on and finish the I-cord. And that was my second whip and my swatch story of Yarnchix Podcast, episode 68. Just so you compare them. Oh, have a closer look. Definitely different textures. That is it. For that part of my podcast, I have a little running order here. That's why I'm looking down. I said before that the Madrigal mittens actually have another whip, and I just saw on the table. I didn't write it down, so excuse me. I also made a new pair of Madrigal mittens using my Jameson's leftovers from the Paul Klee sweater I knitted a while back. And here you can see the little, where the thumb will be. On this one, I used kind of an poker, so that's where the thumbs will be. And I cast off, and because I'm basically doing a hack of the Madrigal mittens pattern and another pattern with a flap, and then I'll add a button here, and it's a present for a friend of mine, Vanessa, who needs these at the market. But Vanessa also needs her fingers to use her phone or her little, like, you know, whenever somebody wants to pay by card, you know, you kind of need your fingers out quickly. So that's why I'm making this kind of with a closure that goes over the top. Again, it's spring. I'm really slow with my gift knitting. Apologies to Vanessa, but I love this little kind of hack fun project, and I have woven in all the yarns, not yet blocked, because again, thousands of colors, so a lot of yarn ends. I've woven them in. I will block them, and then I will start on this kind of on the two closure bits, so kind of 2 half socks. So hopefully I'll be done by next week, so I can gift them. Yeah. And I'd originally planned, and that's why the ribbing is different, I'd originally planned to make Vanessa the Taxus mittens, but I'm not like into chart reading at the moment, and because I'm like this is already like a design fun hack work project, like as in I have to work something out, and I don't also want to like read this chart and go, what, where, how do I do it? So I've done this. Vanessa doesn't really know yet. I hope it's going to be fun. I just love this pattern, and it makes it very squishy, and it's more playful color project than following the chart. So yeah, that's it. Works in progress shown. Final part of my podcast today is I just saw I've got another toy project there. I'm going to do that after the acquisitions part, because it's a fun little thing just to show you. Acquisitions is this 1, 2, and a present. 3 Keats Gone yarns. I'm sorry, but I'm obsessed with Nora's yarns. This is the Späti Graffiti colorway. On the it's like a merino twist sock base. It's my favorite base. Let me hide behind it. A lot of this I also have in here where I hold a double. Held double, it looks like this, the merino twist. I just love it. It's a really lovely shiny base. I love this colorway. I'm like obsessed with Späti Graffiti. And I got this for my birthday, and this little scarf. Thank you, Nora. It's like a big smile. I had, because of all my kind of traveling and not much, like I went to work or I traveled, then there was the funeral and all these things. Whenever I had like a craving, I was like, for like hand-dyed yarns, I would check out Nora's shop updates. So there is one from, I think, November, it could be October, and it's a new base Nora has. It's the luminous base. It's this really cool, it's a mix of silk, suri, poly, so squidgy. I want to make like a lace shawl from this, and this colorway is called planche, which is like Lido or Water Playground. I just absolutely love it, and I bought that when the planche shop update was. So this was a present, I bought this. And then there was another shop update, and again I was like, I love this. This is the Kornblume colorway on Nora's soft alpaca, and it's because I used the soft, or like a similar soft alpaca in this, that I thought this would be again a really beautiful addition to a blue yarn that I have in stash to make a little shawl. Like, I'm all about the small shawls at the moment. Kornblume on soft alpaca. Again, the base is alpaca, silk, and cashmere, 10% cashmere. You have 400 meters in this, so it's actually quite like a medium-sized shawl I think I can make. And Kornblume was one of the colors in Nora's Keatscan Advent or Countdown calendar. That was all dedicated to their garden. Her family has this really cool garden, or a part of a garden project, and Kornblume just really spoke to me. So acquisitions, these 3 beautiful Keatscans. I'm an absolute yarn lover. The sticker is in my shop. There is a shop update coming, so watch this space. The sticker will be back available, because I'm obsessing over yarn at the moment, and I love supporting small businesses like my friend, and I love having these treasures in my stash. My stash is extremely big. I'm knitting from stash mainly this year, and every time I finish, like, let's say 1 or 2 projects from stash, I can consider buying something at work, because at the moment it's like a thing that I do where I'm like, oh, I really need these colors, I really need them. And I go, no, do I have them in stash? I have them in stash. Just a little peek, because I did join Cynthia's Nibbles Cal in December. I often add the smile later. From Cinthia makes beautiful creature designs and clothes for the creatures. I've just got to knit the second leg, and I often do the nose and eyes as when they say to do in the pattern, and then the smile I'll add once I've stuffed it, and I find it easier to embroider once I've got all the stuffing in and it's all finished. So I've got to finish the tail and the legs, and then this creature is done. So I'm definitely going to chat about that one a little bit more, but my Nibbles knit along was a little bit too busy, and I'm excited to knit more of from Cynthia's creatures also during our Magic 3 Mile that's upcoming in May. And there's a new book I heard, so I'm excited for Cinthia and to see that. Maybe I'll ask if I can test knit. Maybe I should do that. I love Cynthia's creatures. So without further ado, let me do a price draw. Here are the scissors. I feel bad because this has been here since I think October. Or maybe November, but I wasn't in a good state to open and appreciate, and not like I wasn't able to film it. And so now I'm only unboxing this now, Milena, and I'm so grateful you sent it. This box comes from Enspence Tangled Hands, one of the Magic 3 crafters who crafted, I think, 2 sets this craft along. And already look at this. I love the paper. I love that stamp. And wow, look at this. Green. It's got sweets in it. Mimi loves sweets. For the winner. So this is a present. I think I'm going to leave it closed for the winner of Magic 3 Mile. And if it is Milena herself, because with 2 finished sets, Milena stands a great chance of being drawn the winner, then this will become a prize for one of the categories. And another one for me! Thank you so much, Milena. I want to thank you so very much for the magic. Every year you light it up and keep the fire burning. Yeah, you too. I mean, it wouldn't burn without you. I wish you a happy new year and many magic moments of inspiration, illumination, and from all the people around you. Lots of love, Milena. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Milena. I'm going to put this up on the wall. And everything smells so delicious. There's something else in here for me. And I'm definitely going to eat all those treats today. It's like Christmas. What? What? It's a forest creature! I love it. I love it. It's perfect timing because it's spring. We're waking up. Thank you so much. I love it. Hello, Milena. I'm your root friend. Wow. Gonna hold it dear. Thank you, Milena. I wonder what's in here. Someone will be so happy to receive that. I might recycle your box to put everything in, because these are the prices and they're also still all wrapped, so I think they might fit. So we have sponsorship from lovely Anna. This is Intarsia Knits by Anna Husemann. So we've got a book for the winner. I will add some surprises from me as well. We have a little pouch by Calico. This is the front. It has a zip. The inside. And this is the back. We're all doomed anyway. So that will be a little present. Oh, some of this is actually my yarn. I'm sorry. So there will be some minis in there, but not. Some of this is still mine, so I'm not going to show that. And then also I have this really cool top from Still Garments, and it's Elke Who like plant dyes. And this is all like plant dyed indigo fabrics, and it's got like I always think it looks like blue sky and clouds. And then there's these patch pockets and cool different textured sleeves, so it's all upcycled material. This is a really fine cotton. This is more like tablecloth. Has a little like window here. It's beautiful. It's an artwork of a garment, and yeah, I'm really happy that that will go to our winner. Then there's a patchwork little dolls blanket, like a little patchwork blanket that will be sent to you directly from Laura of Under Eagle Mountains. Please go to, I'm going to link their YouTube here. I love Laura's YouTube. Yeah, I'm really excited that will be sent out separately. You get one of my summer knitting toads, a zine, and then these yarns. Magic 3 Mile. I'm gonna put the sound, and there will be song now because I'm crunching the paper. Avenaya Yarn is Marisa's yarn company, and Marisa also stands a great chance of winning this prize because Marisa also finished 2 sets. So if Marisa wins, these yarns will go to one of the category winners that you will see in the vlog shared later on. But yeah, oh god, Avenaya just smells like divine. If you're a yarn freak like me, it smells like earth and soil and the ground, like Pachamama. Is gonna heal you, this yarn, when you knit it, and I can't wait to show you all that I've planned for my yarns, because obviously Marisa is the most generous person, also sent me some yarn. I say obviously, I shouldn't say that. I don't expect you guys to give me presents, but I'm so lucky to receive them. So there's tea. And then there's these 2. Beautiful! Again, these smell like the tea has gone inside them. Like herby nature, like forest edge, you know, the kind of the soil is wet and the flowers are breaking through in spring, and you just get a like sun on your face, a breeze of soil and flowers. I love Avenaya. I geek out over this stuff, so I absolutely love these and will treasure them. So this is the merino sheep. Is it the 50 gram 135 meters? So it's the DK weight. Yeah, same DK weight. Avenaya DK weight. I'm so happy. Again, I have a really lovely note from Portugal. Oh yeah, here, check it out. Avenaya yarn. And then it's an Earl Grey tea, my favourite. So I'm gonna have that in a minute. Cuddle up with my forest creature and my flower yarn. Thank you so much. So that was the unboxing and the prices, and congratulations, Xenia, you won today. This is for 2024, and Xenia's winnings, her Instagram is Achemai, and there's some beautiful spinning and crafting, and the set actually includes Nana, one from Cynthia's patterns, and I'm so happy for you. Congratulations, mail is coming your way. Now I will record the Tarot Knit Oracle, and at the end I will share a knit reportage with you where I went to an illustration and zine fest. I came up with the question earlier. Should I knit more and scroll less? On that note, my friend, I hope you're well. I hope you can knit more, and definitely doom scroll less. You know, if you need to scroll, you need to scroll. It's, you know, it also provides distraction, inspiration, sometimes hope. As my Instagram has been shadow banned for so long now, I might have just promoted too much feminism, and I might have just challenge the status quo a little bit. I say knit more, scroll less, because, you know, freaking hell. They take my time, but they don't provide me with my connections. It's been a hard time to be a little podcast, so if you have it in you, please give me a thumbs up, like this video, subscribe to my channel, tell a friend. I'd love that. It's tough, but it's, you know, what I do. I like making these podcasts, and I'm glad to be back. Thank you for your patience, and yeah, I hope the Tarot Knit Oracle is of interest to you. Much love. See you later.